When it comes to collecting tractors and preserving tractor history, there are those collectors who like to go for the unusual, and Tom Crawford from Cashiers, North Carolina, you do collect those tractors that are just a little different, don't you?
Yeah, I'm getting the oddballs, I guess. For years I've been collecting the John Deeres and finally got my blinders off and looking at some other colors and collecting some Masseys and some Olivers, and I've finally come to realize there's some other nice pieces out there that are unique to the farm world.
And you've got a Massey sitting right here. Tell us about this one.
I wish I could tell you a lot about it, but I really can't. Bought it from a man in Mount Airy, North Carolina. His father bought it in Texas and he had passed. Saw it on the internet. It looked intriguing. It was in its work clothes, but not beat up, hardly a scratch on it. Went and looked at it and fell in love with it. Had to bring it home and showed it at several shows throughout North Carolina. Took it to Florida for the Massey show 2 years ago and got a lot of people turning their heads and got a lot of comments about it, but not many people have seen them. I think I've seen one other picture of one, but really don't know much of the history. Massey, I guess, wasn't very good at keeping records on built dates and shipped to dates, only that it went to Texas because that's where the man went to buy it.
So it's a Texas tractor, a Massey Ferguson, but give us some more of the details in terms of what year, what make, model, that kind of thing.
It's a 1964, what Massey would have considered their high clearance. And then I guess the unique thing about it is an LP. And so I've got several other LPs, as you know, in the orchard field, but I kind of like they're clean, they're quiet, and not real hard to restore because the engines are always so clean.
And so in Texas, you think LP would have been a benefit?
Oh, there's no question. Texas, Oklahoma, they had access to LP on the farm. Rights were probably, they could use all the LP they wanted, and so it was very cheap, efficient fuel.
Tell us a little bit about maybe some of the features on the tractor, some of the things that it's outfitted with, and maybe a little bit about the power.
Well, it's probably rated around 77 horsepower. Of course, it has the multi-power, so it's got the high and low end with the 3-speed transmission. And then, of course, the multi-power. Everything worked on it when I got it. It was really a piece of cake to restore. Danny Kuntz from Arthur, Illinois, saw the tractor at that Massey show in Florida, and said he had never seen one either, and offered to restore it. So he did an excellent job, and has the front weights on it, which makes it pretty massive. Okay. Has power steering, of course. Other than those options, it did have a cab on it when I bought it. I couldn't get my big butt in the thing all the time, so I had to take the cab off. Of course, it would made it easier for the restoration. I still have it, and the glass was in great shape. I may restore it and put it back on.
And the front end weights, was that something that came along with the tractor?
Yes, they were with it. And again, trying to determine the use of that tractor from the factory to the first farm it went to, I can't tell you, other than the man said he used it in a haying operation. But to have high clearance, you would think it might have been used in produce or vegetables.
And that's a good bit of power, really, for haying, too.
Oh, yeah. I've pulled a 4-bottom plow with it and did very well. So.
What's it like to drive this one? Maybe a little quieter, you say, with the LP.
Very quiet. And of course, it's the stock muffler and everything. Power steering makes it a dream. Easy to load and unload off a trailer. So it's a great tractor to take on a ride. I can drive it in a 25-mile ride and be very comfortable. And
it looks pretty darn good too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I kind of like the way it turned out.
All right, Tom Crawford with his 1964 Massey Ferguson Super 90 LP. It's a rare one, and those are the ones he likes. Thank you for catching Classic Tractor Fever. We've got more Massey to share, so be sure to check out these other great stories. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep more Classic Tractor Fever rolling.